Hello and welcome back to Cynthia's Conversation. Today's topic is a viewer question. One of those sassy questions. On my right, I have
Makiruru.
On my left,
Blah blah.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the question was, I shall read would you date someone who is living with their ex? I've always wanted to discuss this topic, and I'm so glad somebody asked me this question.
Okay, you start.
Let me go to Amaka.
No, you start.
No, Amaka, let's go to you. Will you date a guy that
I dated somebody that wasn't even living. The ex was just on down the road, and they used me to get their ex back. So I don't. To imagine if the ex was living inside the house. I don't know. No, it's the same thing. Okay, so does that mean our both? Why is the ex still in the house? Why are they still living in the same house? First
Maybe for financial reasons. If none of them can buy each other out of the house, if they have a mortgage, they will be forced to live together, even though they're not technically couple.
It's a tough one. I don't know.
Yvonne,
I think it's yes and no, depending. I think it all depends on the situation. Like you rightly said, if the situation is financial, and I see that they each and every one of them is living their lives in that house, then it wouldn't be a problem, especially if the two of them have moved on. So imagine the two of them are living in the house, but then each person is going out with their new prospective partners. Then I don't see anything wrong in it. But where the problem might be is if it's only one person who is dating, that insecurity will always be there, that there might be something there. But if the person is not really stopping you, then you take the chance. It's up to you, really.
I don't think I would.
I was struggling with it.
Yeah. The reason why I would not is this. Yeah. Because don't forget that these two people have history.
Yeah.
What makes me think the woman or the man is not just using me to make the man jealous in the process of getting the woman back?
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if a relationship ends, I do get it. If it's here in the Western world, because of the financial situation, one might struggle to kind of start all over again, and the woman might struggle to pay the rent, so they will have to leave
house.
As far as I'm concerned, both of you should live like that until you finish sorting your
Yes.
I will not be involved in it, because the reason why I will not get involved is an entanglement. Because this is what's going to happen. Either way, as long as they live inside the house, you might come to my house to see me and tell me all the bullshit in the whole world, how your relationship has ended, you are not together, we have to do this, that. But when you finish in my house, you still go back to that same house. Where you walk out in your bedroom, in your bathroom with a boxers on, she still see you fully naked.
And vice versa.
Absolutely. I'm not going to do that, because one of these fine days, so you are seeing this person now, you are seeing that person now, how is it, she's this, and then they both end up,
she's fine,
and
then they're drinking alcohol together,
and then they both still end up sleeping together. Either way, the relationship, I would rather prefer you go and sort out your shit. Because I will not be in the house with my ex, expect another man to be in a relationship with me. Because technically, I'm not giving you 100%. Because by the time
that means you share the kitchen.
Yes, now even if one sleep in the one spare room, the other one sleep in the other spare room. Guys.
So even so with the scenario I talked about, so even if the other ex is with someone there,
maybe they're doing it to just make each other jealous. Maybe they are doing it just to make each other jealous, to see what he's missing, to see what he's missing, to see what her is missing. And you two people that are involved in it are just there for entertainment and for pleasure purpose. But the deep down relationship still based on these two people. I will not. My darling sister.
If you have really moved on, you wouldn't live in the same house.
A man on a man, because it's anonymous, so the person didn't put whether it was a man. If it's a woman that put the question, I wouldn't.
If it's a man,
too,
a man wouldn't.
If it's a man that put the question, I wouldn't either. I will not date a man who is still living in the same house with his, because if if a relationship finish, I get this all the time. I get people coming to my inbox and say hello, you know, when someone, and then they ask you, can I know about you? And then you go and look at their social media profile, and you see it on their relationship start to complicate.
What's complicated?
What complicated means you are still sleeping with any of your ex.
Yeah.
Period. Let's not make it in a nice way.
There's nothing.
There is other
nice.
Or you just leave your profile blank.
Single. Whether
you are single or you are in a relationship or you are a widower or whatever, do not put complicated, because complicated means there is still somebody that you are having a sexual relationship with. Go and sort that one out. Stop dragging people into your relationship. Okay? There is a difference between if my relationship is ended, or in a way marriage is ended. And I remember someone one time, this I'm talking about 20 years ago, oh, I'm just there for the child to get to know me. The child is only a few months old. I can't just walk away like that. And in the process of the child knowing you, she has another child. You see what I mean? Yeah. 20-something years along the line, they are still together.
They are still getting to know each other.
That child is in his 20s. They are still so in that scenario.
But they had a child before, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
So there's no way they are not going to be together. They will not be in each other's
life.
Situation.
But you see what I mean? Yeah. But at that time when the guy was toasting, his excuse was, oh, my relationship with her is finished.
Yeah.
I'm
only still living in the same house.
Live in the same house because I want the opportunity to get to know my child before I go out, because if I leave now, this child will not know me. You know, this child that you have with Oyibo and all those bullshit.
That's just an excuse.
In the process of that, she had another child.
For him, yeah.
You get what I mean? She had another child. So if a man tells you, oh, me and my ex are done, or if a woman tells you, me and my ex are done, but we are just like, it's a completely bullshit.
Because if you're done, you won't live in the same house.
Let's be frank and sincere.
Yeah, you won't live in the same house.
There was a time my daughter's dad came to visit her. This was about 5-6 years ago. About 6 years ago. I was in a relationship. Okay, the reason why I even allow him in the house, because he has other two children with his ex, who he didn't have the possibility of seeing, because she wouldn't allow him to see the kids on his own. Yeah. And I said, listen, you know where I stay. I give my address, my telephone number. Let the kids come and stay in my house. I went to my person that I was in a relationship house to give him the chance to spend with his kids. You get what I mean? Yeah. And the reason why I did that is there was no way I can explain to the person that I'm in a relationship with that this man is here for 4 days. He's going to be in my house, and
because of,
you see what I mean? But so I am there with you. Yeah. So why I'm here with you, you cannot think that I have something with this person, because we are done. Yeah. But just imagine if it's a woman, a man that tells me that, oh, my ex is coming to stay in the house with the kids and I will be in the house. I won't be comfortable.
You won't be comfortable with
I won't be comfortable with that.
There's no way.
You know,
because you have history. There's no way.
There's no way. No. So to me, the answer to your question is absolutely no. I cannot date a man who is he said I'm done with my ex, because it has happened to me before, when he said I just want to be here for this child to know me, and in the process she ended up having another child.
Because I can what this say about going, because I have a friend, while she was going through a separation with her, they're now divorced, I think. He would come all the way from Nigeria to see the children. She would go and stay in bed and breakfast.
Yes.
For the time he's here. Yeah. You know that's it. Do you understand? Yeah. There's nothing stopping her from staying in the house. And this was around Christmas time.
Yeah.
They'll come, they'll do Christmas lunch. After the evening, she'll carry herself and go and stay in bed and breakfast. Or there was a time when she couldn't, at the time she didn't have a job, she couldn't afford it. So he'll come in the morning, she'll go to work, he'll stay with the children. In the evening, he'll carry his sister, he'll go and stay. Because
absolutely.
Like you said, what,
you finish dinner. Oh, remember both choose to say, let's
It's an open relationship.
have fun. Okay? We will have fun because we are adults.
Yes.
That is understandable. But when you want to have a relationship with someone and you want, when I mean a proper relationship, I don't buy this idea of I am only here because
of the children
or I'm only here. When the relationship ended, I've seen where the relationship ended, the man comes and says, look, take whatever you want. If the woman chooses to stay in the house, I can start all over again. But when you say, let's stay together, because of, in the long run, whoever they bring into that relationship is only there to make the other person, to make the other person jealous. Or I can date, or they will still end up back together.
They will. They will.
That's the way I see it.
Yeah. I said it happened to me recently. The same street.
Yes, now.
Same
after
street.
you have a date and then he came back and said, "Oh, I'm sorry to tell you.
After that relationship,
I still have feelings for
my ex-girlfriend who lives 3 doors away. I see her every day. That I want to go and try and make it for
what
her.
was
So he used me to make her jealous. No, she had a boyfriend. So she used it. She yanked himself. The minute he came back to her, she dumped him. But do you understand what I'm saying? So, and they are not even living in the same house.
I can't categorically tell you it doesn't work because mine told me that we were done. I am done. This and that. You know, the child is only,
somebody will get hurt.
You know, 2-3 years old. I just want to stay here. She carry another belly join her.
How did she carry the belly?
No. Then, and if you ask her, when we were at that time, far back, I'm talking about 20 something years ago, we said no, she sleeps here, I sleep here. When the belly come
no, when she go to toilet.
No,
when you went to
no, she sleeps there, you sleep here. When I meet in the corridor, as you hug her, belly come.
Why you hug her? No, when she went to go and piss.
Yeah, or she was crying. You console her.
No, she went to go and piss. You didn't touch her because he pissed.
Then you piss.
But after I start, or maybe the condom mistakenly.
Maybe the man wank when he was.
So in the toilet, that's what I said. So she
too went to wank.
The thing enter. Nonsense.
As if I hang on the plain wig to come to Europe 30 years ago.
Olodo.
Please don't
buy that bullshit. Don't buy that nonsense. Even if they have house together, they can sell the house.
Don't buy. If a man or a woman are really tired of relationships,
they will not live in the same house.
I always say this all the time. This is not the first time I'm saying it on the camera. If I can't stand you, if for any reason that I am done to hear, I don't care whether I will build the whole world together. I will go live in a mass when water no dey.
You will sell the house and share the money, innit?
Or carry the house. Me, I go start all over again. I move from one country to another.
I have a friend, somebody that
I'm not afraid to start all over again. It's hard work. It's tough. But when you really want to get away from a situation that you don't want to be in, you will move. You will walk.
There's somebody I know that when their marriage was over, and this is even a guy, they lived in a 5-bedroom. I told her, you know what? Go. Take the house. And he went to go and stay in a 2-bedroom council flat. And she said, I don't want anything to remind you of her. She too even left the house, you know, so they sold it. You don't understand? So
I don't buy the history of the father. Oh no, me and my ex, we know they to go now, they live for the same room. Or one person. In the process of I can sit here and give examples and experience, and this is not like stories. This is
so if I want to do in the kitchen now, me and you, then I'll be thinking that your ex-wife is
upstairs
in the bedroom. I should come and catch us. Or I'll come out and share and have band.
No, or in the other way around. You will go finish from my house, you will come back or enter house, and she's fully fat naked in her bed.
You can't tell her not to be naked in her house now.
Because it's your own house. Or I go back finish. Why are you chewing and doing ear like that?
No, I'm listening.
Okay, talk. I'm waiting for you to talk.
I'm listening.
Why are you not contributing to? No, why are you not contributing to this conversation?
No, but didn't I say something before you guys? I was the first person to talk now.
Okay, talk again. What do you think?
What am I talking? I've said what I wanted to say. Now you are saying your point. Amaka has said her point.
Okay, now
you
are
back to
I have nothing to say because
you have plenty to say.
No, but I've said what I've said now. I said what I said. I gave you the reasons. I said you gave your own. You are still continue. So
okay, if the guy is living together on the fact that they cannot do the expenses, will you still date the guy?
When I answered this question, I said what was my answer? I said it depends on the situation. Like there are some people, if it's here, like you rightly said, we talked about if it's here, and they have financial situation. I said yes, in the sense that if the two of them have actually moved on, like let's say both of them are dating, then it's more believable because you're with your new person, you're with your new person.
Maybe they're doing
if it is, well, possible, but what I mean, where I will be uncomfortable, where I said no, is if it's like maybe only one person. It's quite difficult because it'll be painful for the other person to be seeing one person like with the new partner.
Yeah.
So that's the answer I gave last time. You know, before you now.
So you would
date the guy if
his
partner is dating.
Has somebody.
I'm looking at it that if the situation was both of them have moved on to new relationships.
Yeah, but supposing you have the new relationship the first time ever, and she hasn't. She's still.
But that's what I said.
Would you date them at all?
I said, listen. My answer was if two of them have in new relationships, then it's easy to maneuver that because everybody's moved on with their partners. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. But if it's only one person, then it's a bit complicated because you will have that.
And it works. If while you are dating and she breaks up with her boyfriend, would you break up? And that means because she's single now.
Exactly. Will you break up with the guy then?
Do you know what? All this thing comes down to the situation.
Will you be comfortable?
I won't be comfortable. That's what I'm saying now. No, but that's what I said. I will only be comfortable if the two of them at the same time are in new relationships. Then fine, everybody do your relationship. We know that you're here because financial reasons. Hopefully you move out. But if it is one person, it becomes really difficult because even when you're with the new person, you keep wondering whether you're stepping on the other person's toes. You always have that.
Will you be comfortable then to go to the house with the guy and the ex-wife in the house?
No.
Exactly.
No.
So the answer to the question is, will you date a guy with living with the ex?
I gave you two answers, and I go back to the answer I gave. I said, and I'm not even as I'm looking at it in this scenario. I'm looking at this situation. If two people are living in the house, they were probably like I'm using the example of. In fact, that's the only example I have.
Yeah.
If like here where financial situation, maybe they have to live together because one person is trying to sort out or they're trying to sell a house, whatever the situation is. If both of them are dating, then it probably makes it a little bit easier. I'm not saying that it's ideal.
Okay, so before you start dating the guy, you say, okay, is your partner
has a boyfriend?
Does he have a boyfriend?
And they said no, he doesn't. Or
that you wouldn't go.
You wouldn't go.
That makes it more uncomfortable. If it's one-sided, it's uncomfortable. If two of them.
Oh, you say okay, yeah, they had a partner, but they've broken up. Because that means they moved on anyway, but they didn't work out. They've broken up. Would you stay?
No.
You wouldn't stay? Okay.
No.
So the basics of the question
is that you wouldn't really stay?
I wouldn't stay. Because for me, personally, I would not stay. It doesn't matter how the arrangement is. Go out. You can't. The thing is...
It's not fair.
It's a baggage. Because you can't start a new relationship with a clean slate when you have this baggage dragging around you. I wouldn't want to go into a relationship knowing that I'm still in the house with my ex. I would want to sort that out before I move into a relationship. So personally, to answer your question, my darling viewer, I would not.
No, let him sort it out.
Let him go and sort out his baggage. You don't need to drag me into his mess
or
drag her into his mess. Let them go and finish what they tangled and untangled themselves, and then we can move on to a new relationship. I think I'm able to answer your question. And if you are the person in the situation, you need to reevaluate it. Majority of the time, they're just using the third party for them to get back together. Don't always forget that. Until next time, guys.
Goodbye.
Bye.